Hi and welcome down to Park Lane where Sedgley Tigers are taking on Bishop Stortford in what is going to be a cracking game, and the sun is blistering down, even though it is a little bit chilly, but great conditions for a game of rugby. I'm also today joined by Joe Barnes-Taylor. Joe, nice to see you. Just before we get into the action, I'm just going to take you through today's teams. The starting lineup for Bishop Stortford is number 1, Toby Hill, 2, Alex Raymond, and 3, Henry Peck. Hamish Ferguson and Harry Charter make up at the locks, with Harrison Langworth at 6, Ollie Jones at 7 and Will Rogers at 8. Charlie Braze is at number 9 with Mike Cook at number 10. Alex Gillam and Tom Mills are on the wings at 11 and 14, with Austin Pope and Jack Baird in at 12 and 13, and David Hayes at 15. Ollie Moffat, Tristan Smith, Tom Charter, Reece Lane and Christopher Bolton all make up the replacements. And your Tigers team for today is John Blanchard, Ben Gregory and Danny Rylands in at 1, 2 and 3, with Bob Birtwell and Ellis Causey in at 4 and 5. Connor James, Lewis Bradley make up at 6 and 7, with Tom Ailes at number 8. Matt Sturgis is playing at scrum half with number 9, and Ollie Glass maintains his place at number 10 with the injured Warren Seals out with a hamstring injury. Will Bradley is in at 11 with Reece Henderson at 14 on the wings. Matt Riley and Matt Law are playing at 12 and 13 as Nathan Pope is out with a stinger injury, and Andy Riley is at fullback at 15. Austin Downham, Harry Thompson, Brayman Murray, Charlie Waldle and Will Wotton are all the replacements. And just before today's game, there will be a minute's silence for former Tiger and Rosendale player Liam Canning, who unfortunately passed away last week. Before today's game, we will respect this minute's silence. And then also, fourth team captain of Bishop Stortford, Max Oliver, passed away last month. So everyone from Sedgley Park sends their condolences to the Oliver family and Bishop Stortford. As we just now await for the teams to come out. Joe, I'll bring you in now. So, Joe, both happy to be here, and Sedge will be looking to try and get another win on the board. What are your thoughts going into today's game?
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. 5 games in now to this this National One League, and Tigers have only come away with 1 win out of the 3 that they've played. So a win today, especially because they're at home. The home advantage has worked for them so many times in the past. They'll be wanting a win today. But equally, Stortford as well. They're sitting 5 places below Sedge, and are 2 points behind them in the current standings. Obviously, it's still early days, but getting the results in early as well. We saw Sedge's success at the start of last season. It seems like they're struggling to replicate that, and so are Stortford. Both teams have got similar records so far. Both 1 win and 3 losses. So I think it's safe to say both will be looking to make a statement today.
As we just now see the Bishop Stortford team enter the field of play. As you say, Joe, both teams have only won once this season, and they're both coming off the back of losses. What sort of things, if you look at it from a Tigers perspective, are you looking to see in today's game?
Well, I would just think back to their last game to Leicester Lions and the games before that, where the best games that Tigers have is when they come out full guns blazing off from the start, and they manage to maintain that throughout. So often we've seen them come out fast and then fall off towards the end of the first half, and that's resulted in a loss at some point. So maintaining intensity is definitely one thing, and just doing the basics right. We've seen handling errors cropping up quite often already this season, and other skill issues like that just need tightening down if they're going to put some points on Stortford today.
A minute's silence there for former Tiger and Rosendale player Liam Canning, who unfortunately passed away last week. Also a time to reflect on fourth team captain of Bishop Stortford, Max Oliver, who passed away last month. So everyone from Sedgley Park sends their condolences to the Oliver family and to the Canning family and to Bishop Stortford. Referee for today's game is Timothy Allen, and he's accompanied by Richard Arthur and Matt Daubney as Ollie Glass now has the ball in his hands. And we're seconds away from getting this game started as Sedgley Tigers take on Bishop Stortford. And we're off. It's collected well. Stortford just get inside, out of their own 22. Met with a big first tackle of the game there from Danny Rylance and Lewis Bradley. Setting up for the box kick is Charlie Braze. Kicks this one away. The wind seems to have caught that one. And it's dropped by Tom Ailes. Ball didn't go forward, but puts his shoulder down into one, stays on his feet. Glass kicks away. That's 15. David Hayes collects now.
Great chase from Reece Henderson there to put him under pressure.
Still on his feet. Chance for Stortford now to have a run. Space out over on the left. Good tackle from Henderson and Connor James.
Good eyes from Riley to come back into the line to cover that overlap.
Braze looks to have a run himself. Feeds it off. Kicked in behind by Austin Pope. And that's into touch, and that went out on the full, so it'll be taken from where the ball was kicked. And a mistake that could prove to be costly for Bishop Stortford there in the opening minutes. Ben Gregory, signed from Field in the off-season, will put this ball into play. Well collected by Causey. Glass. Matt Riley has a run. Ball's out loose. Sturgis recovered it well. Glass. Ailes. And that's a good tackle.
Good hit from Alex Gilliam.
Ben Gregory now. Powers the legs. Sturgis. Birtwell. Good line defence showed from Stortford so far. Advantage, and the referee. And Sedgley Tigers win the penalty.
It's nice to see that aggression early on in the breakdown, though, Tom, from Stortford, even if it has cost them a penalty.
And Ollie Glass opts to kick the ball into touch, and he does so, and it brings them to around 10 metres out. Much better position now for this line out. Chance for Tigers to either set up that driving maul or spread the play out to the left.
Yeah, a line out this close to the sticks is always an opportunity to get excited for Tigers. They've scored from here on many occasions.
Causey collects well. Gregory at the back trying to drive the maul.
Really strong counter maul from Stortford, not giving Tigers an inch. Ref says use it.
Uses it. Glass. Matt Riley.
That's a nice line.
Powers through. Offloads it to Matt Law. Couldn't keep hold of it. And that will be a knock-on.
That's unfortunate.
The Sedgley truck there showing his dominance, powering through. Unfortunately, Matt Law just couldn't keep hold of the ball. But it's still a dangerous position now for Stortford to spit out a 6-7 metre scrum. And they'll look to get this ball away quickly and gain some territory. Good opportunity now, Joe, to see that this first scrum of the day. And that front pack for Tigers is John Blanchard, Ben Gregory, Danny Rylance, Bob Birtwell, Ellis Causey, Connor James, Lewis Bradley and Tom Ailes. They'll be looking to put Stortford under immense pressure.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if that first maul was anything to go off, these packs are going to be pretty evenly matched today, at least to start out with.
That was Will Rogers, the captain, picking it up from the back and running through. Bit of a statement of intent there, Joe, with picking it up from the back inside your own 5 metre line.
Well,
Shows that Stortford are trying to stick to their own game plan as Braze now kicks away.
Yeah, it's just about not cracking under pressure, Tom. You know, at this level of the game especially.
And that ball's gone into touch. And Stortford have took that line out quickly, and they've got the space now over on the left-hand side. It's kicked in behind.
It's a good kick.
I think it was David Hayes, and the ball is going to stay in touch as Ollie Glass now picks it up. Andy Riley does well to keep hold of that one and evade the tackle, but now they're under a lot of pressure at the Tigers.
He did well to attack the point where he'd have the
Ben
most
Gregory.
support. That's a strong run.
And the referee's going to pull that one back for a high tackle. And Tigers just have a moment to breathe. Glass into touch. And by his standards, that's not a great kick. Good opportunity to give a shout out to Paul Riley, who's watching from Edinburgh, Matt and Andy Riley's brother. The lad's looking forward to see him and his mate Nick Toner on the 7th of December against Rosslyn Park at Park Lane. And also a shout out to everyone who's at Silver Lace Clubhouse at the home Bishop Stortford who are tuning in to today's game, who couldn't make the travel up north. Sturgis trying to wrestle the ball free to use it. Someone seems to have lost the jersey. Ailes. Sturgis setting up for the box kick away.
It's a good chase from Henderson.
Alex Gillam collects well. Henderson chased down. He's brilliant, as you said there, Joe.
He's always got his eyes on that ball, Tom. He's under every single one.
Langworthy stops in his tracks.
I'm liking the defensive intensity from Tigers here, Tom. Yeah,
Kicked away by Braze.
Stortford have done well to get themselves out of the danger zone, but no further will they go.
Stortford have got hands on the ball. Bradley now. It's Henry Peck, the tight head, who's lost his jersey out there for Bishop Stortford.
Looks like he had another one on underneath, innit?
Yeah. Could have been a Skins v Shirts moment.
Well, that's it. I was, yeah. Took me a minute to find him, to work out whose it was.
And Glass kicks this one into touch.
Tigers missing the boot of Warren Seals early on with regards to these kicks, although they're not costing Tigers anything. They're not gaining them much either. Yeah, it's just a small part of play that can have a big impact.
Gregory now finds Connor James. And the mauls so far have gone absolutely nowhere for the Tigers.
Really evenly matched.
Sturgis kicks away. Henderson chased down again. Well collected from Gillam. And the penalty for not rolling away on Tom Ailes. Great work from Alex Gillam.
He even apologised for that one, look.
And that ball is kicked into touch from Mike Cook. Alex Raymond now. At hooker for Bishop Stortford. Well collected in there. And now it's time to see the Bishop Stortford maul, and this one is driving. Slowly but surely they're making their way towards the Tigers 22. Penalty advantage, and it will be a penalty to Bishop Stortford.
I think the red hand on the back of Danny Rylands there was a bit harsh. That would have stung.
Yeah, that was one of them where you could feel it just from the sound. As it's kicked into touch, and now this will be a chance to set up the first scoring opportunity for Bishop Stortford in this game. Alex Raymond, as we've just seen from that maul, there could be a good opportunity to get this ball over the line, and it is driving forward, and it's down, and that is the first score of the game. I think it's number 8, Will Rogers. But great work there from Bishop Stortford. Just before that penalty was given away, you saw how the maul was moving forward, and they've used that to their advantage. So 11 minutes gone, Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 5.
Really great stuff there, Tom. Ball didn't even have time to reach the back of the maul before Stortford were over the try line. They brought real aggression to that maul, and it's paid off for them.
Mike Cook now with an opportunity to convert this try into more points. Cook has 35 points this season, along with 1 try, steps up. That is no good. So the score remains 12 minutes played, Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 5. And just to confirm, that try was scored by captain number 8, Will Rogers. And that ball has gone out on the full. And that is another mistake from Tigers, which could, a moment, just need to concentrate now, as we will see the scrum on the halfway line. Bishop Stortford only have 1 win this season, and that's come against Leicester Lions, where they won 36-12. And they're also coming into this game off the back of a defeat, a 20-39 loss versus Plymouth Albion. Currently sits 12th place in the table on 5 points, as Timothy Allen just rejigs and tells the front row to sort themselves out for this scrum. Stortford's next 3 games are Rams at home, Rotherham Titans away, and Richmond at home.
That'll be a tough game against Richmond. Always has been. Great dummy line there from 13.
And it looks like the referees give offside. So a bit of a lack of concentration from Bishop Stortford there as well.
That might just come down to scoreline complacency. You know, they're quite clearly dominating this game. Well, just at least to some degree.
Glass, a much better kick into touch. This ball's gone out just shy of the Stortford 22. And talking about tough games there, Joe, as you mentioned Richmond playing against Bishop Stortford. Sedgley Tigers' next match is against Birmingham Moseley away, who are unbeaten so far this season. So that will be a tough encounter. Burtwell collects well.
Absolutely. Mosley are only second to Rams at the minute, Tom. They've had a really good start.
Sturgis, Gregory collects that high pass. They go back left now. Matt Riley finds Ollie Glass. Just about, almost intercepted by Charlie Breeze. Lewis Bradley now. Sturgis, Burtwell, chopped at the knees. Ollie Glass. Not a brilliant pass to Causey, who dropped it, but Stortford have regained possession now. That ball's dropped, but it's gone behind. And that's Jack Beard now with a run. Finds Gillam. Inside to Charlie Breeze.
Right.
Will Bradley tries to bring him down. He does at the
Hasn't
ankles.
quite got the support. That's a really good offensive run.
And he's knocked the ball on. Great tackle from Will Bradley. And a little bit of pushing and shoving between Harrison Langworth and Tom Ailes. But great recovery tackle there from Will Bradley. Try saving tackle and managed to force the knock on as well. We will see a scrum for Tigers. And the referee just wants to call in the captains to have a word. I think that actually came from Tom Ailes and I think it was number 12, Austin Pope, having a bit of a pushing and shoving match, and
yeah, that'll happen.
Harrison Langworthy then a flanker just coming over to defend his teammate.
Well, that's it. You know, you can always rely on a forward to have you back.
If you are just joining us, it's 17 minutes played and it's Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 5. Scrum courtesy of a Will Bradley try-saving tackle on Charlie Breeze, which managed to lodge the ball loose and force the knock-on. And Sedgley Tigers win the penalty. And it looks like that penalty's on number 2, Alex Raymond. So Tigers breathe a sigh of relief now and have an opportunity to gain some more territory. Tigers are coming into this game off only 1 win and 3 losses this season. That win came in courtesy of a 65-24 victory over Esher in the first home game of the season, and the first game of the season that was. Last match they were defeated 29-23 in a loss at Leicester Lions. They didn't earn themselves a bonus point, but they currently sit 9th in the table on 7 points. As this maul isn't going anywhere. That's blocked.
It's only a matter of time before one of those got caught.
It was a great block in there. I think it was by Hamish Ferguson. It's Will Rogers now as a run. Tackle by Blanchard. Still on his feet. The referee deemed he was down. So that'll be a turnover. Glass kicks the ball into touch. Seems to be a little bit of needle out there, Joe. There's a couple of times now where we've seen the forwards getting into it with each other.
Yeah, that comes down to just mentality. You know, it's quite often in an aggressive and aggressive game like rugby, it can be difficult to keep a lid on it. But that just shows their dedication to the game, you know. Committing everything they've got.
Glassway, not a great kick in behind, but that was collected well by Gillam, and that is a good kick. And the ball is just going to roll into the into the goal area, and Andy Riley
just stayed in, and he's placed it on the ground.
Placed that down, so we will see the goal line drop out. It was a great kick from Gillam and chase down, and the ball just took a slightly unfavourable bounce as it looked like it was approaching touch, which would have been a 50-22 if it had gone into touch.
Yeah, it was very nearly a decent kick.
Ollie Glass now. Let's take this goal line drop out. Glass playing at fly half, replacing the injured Warren Seals, who is out with a hamstring injury. He's collected well, and Will Rogers will look to have a run. He's brought down, and it will be a penalty. Looks like he signalled for a high tackle.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of composure that went into that tackle.
Seems to have been caught by a bit of a flailing arm by Will Bradley. So we will see a penalty.
I mean, in all deference to him, I don't see what much else you could do with a bloke that size running at you at full speed. You know, I'd be keen to get out of the way as well, but high tackle it is still.
So Will Rogers is just receiving a bit of treatment. So time is off. 21 minutes played, still Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 5. Mike Cook puts the ball into touch.
Well done to the man in white who saved the rear window of that truck from getting hit. There was a bloke in the car park when I arrived, Tommy asked me where the best place to park was to not get hit by the ball. I said, I think you'll be all right, but behind the stands probably. Mind you, he was driving a BMW, so I understood his worry.
Will Rogers now looks to have another run. Finds 12 Pope.
Stortford looking really good here.
Right up against the try line now. Tigers defending desperately. Can they get it over to the left? Can't. Great interception from Andy Riley. And he just was pushed into touch.
That's great defensive work from Riley there, though. Great eyes up. Reaction timing.
He's been one of the standout performers so far this season, Andy Riley.
Last season as well. No, a real rock for the team. You know, he brings his all and he's reliable. And he's got Tigers out of more than one pickle in the past.
So we just see forwards taking on a bit of refreshments. Alex Raymond now. It's well collected. And that ball's gone down. It looked like it was a slip, actually. Langworthy. Raymond. Good tackle from Blanchard. His number's over on the left now. Pope brought down. Ball's out. And Tom Ailes has wrestled the ball free.
That's great work great from him there. Bouncing from tackle to tackle.
Gregory. Matt Riley now. Will Bradley's got a chance here to have a run.
First chance to stretch his legs this game.
And that ball's being knocked on.
It's a good effort. You know, Tigers did well to get the ball out of trouble there. Ailes especially. That his counter-rucking coming in clutch as usual. Just love to see some real momentum from Tigers. It's feeling like they're taking a while to really get into this game.
Yeah, I think there's been a few errors in there probably for both teams, really, Joe, as well. We haven't seen much passing from right to left, left to right. We've not seen them being able to make that transition of fast hands.
Yeah, I worry it's the missing link in the line. Warren Seals keeping that back line together.
As Bishop Stortford now have a scrum inside the Tigers' half. Hayes. Pope.
It's great work from Hales there again.
Rogers. Cook. Kicks in behind.
Bit ambitious.
Into touch.
Right ideas, but a bit too much welly behind it. Stortford are fond of that kick through into this near corner as well, Tom. Perhaps something Tigers need to be more aware of.
Yeah, I think they've found the mauls to be quite favourable so far in this game, and I think if they get an opportunity to put Tigers under some pressure inside their own 22, they're going to take it.
Well, I say at that point it's almost a win-win, because you're either through on a try or you're through on a set up for a potential try, depending on where the ball ends up.
Gregory's
Overthrow.
line out has flown over the line. It's collected by Raymond. Pope now. He looks for the offload, couldn't get it off. Rogers, brought down by Bradley, Lewis Bradley. Ollie Jones having a run. Raymond picks up and goes. Still battling away, desperate defending, and the ball's loose. Burtwell's got it. And here comes Ben Gregory. Finds it out to Sturgis.
Silky pass from the.
It's a great kick as well. And that ball is being chased down by Henderson. It's just gone into touch. And that.
How about that from Gregory? That silky smooth pass, missed pass out to the wing. Great heads up rug from him.
And that ball has gone out, so we will see. Looks like it was for offside against Reece Henderson. I was about to say, Reece Henderson nearly kept that ball in. It was on.
Yeah, I did think, oh, he's got off pretty quick.
And now, an opportunity for Alex Raymond to set up this driving maul and add more points to the Bishop Stortford tally. It's collected well. Much better maul defence from the Tigers. Desperate defending now. I think it was Danny Rylands in there who's made that tackle. Will Rogers having a run. Has he got the ball down? No. The referee's going to bring it back for a high tackle on Rogers. Referee's just having a word. And shouted over to Matt Riley there to tell Tigers to be careful. As they're backed up inside their own 5 metres now. Raymond. Found Ollie Jones and now the maul. He's set up. Penalty advantage to Stortford. And it will be a penalty. And the referee's having another word with Matt Riley. captain for Sedgley Tigers. And I think that is the final warning.
Has to be.
"28 minutes played, still Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 5. There's a player down for Bishop Stortford, just receiving some treatment. He's back on his feet. I think it was number 1, Toby Hill there, who was just receiving the treatment from the physio, as Raymond now puts it in quickly.
And it's smooth take.
And
that's a great ball.
Will Rogers again, and that is a carbon copy of the first try. And Bishop Stortford have doubled their lead. 28 minutes played, Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 10, and they just caught Tigers lacking. I think Tigers weren't quite set after that break in play. And just like the first try, Rogers collected the ball and drove them all before Raymond could even get in. And the captain, who started off with no tries this year, has grabbed himself a pair in the opening half an hour.
Yeah, really great work from him. You know, it worked for him the first time. Why not try it again? Type logic, and like you say, Tommy, he just caught Tigers while they were sleeping.
Mike Cook with the conversion. Doesn't make a mistake this time. Doesn't make a mistake, and that now is 29 minutes played. Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 12. I think if there's a word to describe this Tigers first half performance, Joe, I think that word's flat.
Flat is right. I would say, yeah, just not much to write home about, to be honest. They've made good attempts at offence, and the defence has been solid, but that's made me lose my train of thought. The ball bouncing carelessly off somebody's head from the far side. Poor bloke. Sorry, we were saying, Tom. Yeah, flat is the word. You know, Tigers just lacking that bit of intensity and just don't really seem to have their head in the game the way Stortford do. You know, there have been times when they've been lacking focus, and it's cost them.
Ben Gregory now with the line out just inside Bishop Stortford half. Collected well by Causey. Lewis Bradley finds captain Matt Riley. Sturgis. Ben Gregory. Bounced off the tackle of Langworth, but managed to grab him by the ankles. Matt Riley to Lewis Bradley. Matt Law gains a yard or two. Connor James. Ollie Glass. Ben Gregory. Oof. Great tackle on Matt Law there by Austin Pope. Glass.
Oh dear.
Not a great kick.
And a knock on.
And the ball was knocked on, and now it's kicked in behind. It's by number 5, Harry Charter. And it is an absolute belter of a kick from the forward.
Glass really off his kicking game today. I don't mean to be critical, but just really not up to standard. And that felt panicked and yeah.
And I think we've just seen there, Joe, that if you make a mistake, you get punished.
Well, that's
at this level, and that was a brilliant kick from number 5, Harry Charter. Backs Tigers up in their own 5-metre line now for this line out. Collected by Birtwell. And that ball wasn't straight. So that'll be a penalty to Bishop Stortford. Tigers just lacking that little bit of urgency in the play today. Full credit to the visitors. Bishop Stortford have come with a game plan and it's working. And this line out now isn't straight from Bishop Stortford.
1-1. You can't say the ref's not being consistent.
So, looks like we've scrapped line out, so I'm going to go for a scrum.
Much better those anyway, today at least.
Sturgis, picked up by Ailes from round the back.
It's a nice dummy.
Was a big hit.
I don't think either of the blokes in that collision came out on top. I think that was sore for both sides.
I think he could have probably give that as a high tackle, but looking at the size of Mike Cook compared to Tom Ailes.
Well, that's it. Yeah, that's the easiest argument.
So now will be a line out for Bishop Stortford. Collected well. Ball's loose though, but Stortford still have it. There's a run there by Tom Mills. Langworthy. Tackled at the knees by Gregory. Rogers.
Stortford really bringing the big hits today.
Connor James making the tackle there on.
High tackle from James there. Lazy.
Was a high tackle and he was probably offside as well.
There were two other blokes there on the man with the ball as well. He wasn't needed there.
And that penalty is going to result in Mike Cook having a go for goal. Straight in front of the sticks. About 33, 34, 35 metres out.
Yeah, it's a decent weight, but he seems confident.
He has got the wind behind him as well. And no mistake.
Easy as you like.
And 36 minutes gone. It's Sedgley Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 15. The visiting side's game plan is definitely working in attack and in defence.
It's a good take as well.
Head coach Tom Coleman for Bishop Stortford will be extremely happy as we approach half time. Oh, and Andy Riley drops it and it will be a knock on.
It's just simple errors like that, Tom. You know, catching especially has been a bit of a weak point, or catching and passing, or however you want to paint it.
I think when you see Andy Riley dropping the ball as well,
yeah, you see something
it
like
could
that.
be time to say it might not be your day.
Well, that's it. You know, Riley's a veteran in the Tigers side. Stortford going really high into that scrum.
Rogers picks it up out the back. Austin Pope met by a good tackle from his opposite number, Matt Riley.
Great tackle from
Tom Mills having a run. It out left to Gillum. Does well to keep it in play. Braze finds Langworthy. Brought down by Rylance and Birtwell. Raymond has a run. Cook brought down by Henderson. Go back to the right now with Langworthy. Toby Hill trying to push his teammate further forward. Pope finds Peck. Good tackle from Gregory.
Textbook.
Langworthy again. Jack Beard. Cook.
Matt Riley screaming the outside, and they've won the pen.
Good work in there from Ailes and Birtwell.
Might be an opportunity for a penalty, Tom.
And Glass is going to opt to kick this one into touch. As we just see Toby Hill receiving some treatment. 39 minutes played, still Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 15. What sort of things you reckon Scott Barrow will be saying to his men in there? Going
All manner of things, I would hope. Simple errors, focus on and off the ball in, time on and off. Playing heads-up rugby, they've done well to pick the spots in attack, but Tigers just need to run their support players a bit better, make sure they've got somebody with them. If they're going to contact, especially, retaining that ball, it's the only way they're ever going to score. And yeah, just execution on in everything. Scrums have been tight, but otherwise, set piece has been a little bit messy, especially towards the end of this half. And open play has, it's been a bit hard to watch, to be honest. Just mistake after mistake. And as I say that,
Matt Law now skips
skills.
one, still on his feet, finds Ben Gregory. He's still going. Can he get it down? No!
Oh.
And he's not. And I was just about to say, I don't think he did get it down. And the referee
No, he came just short.
awards the knock-on.
What a run, though.
And just as you were saying, Joe.
I know. Everything I said, they used to get that far, Tom. Beautiful bit of silky skills on the ball. And then the pure drive from Ben Gregory to get as far as he did. But that's half-time.
So there is the half-time whistle. Going into the break, it is Sedgley Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 15. And then just towards Bishop Stortford have dominated the whole half of this game, apart from the last 30 seconds where we've just seen Tigers with a much better link-up play. And a run from Matt Law, jinking inside. Found Ben Gregory refused to go down until he just lost the ball at the try line. So that will be both teams now going into the break, and we'll join us back for the second half as it's currently Sedgley Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 15. Hello and welcome back to the live stream as Sedgley Tigers are taking on Bishop Stortford here at Park Lane. It's second half is seconds away from getting underway. It's currently Sedgley Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 15. And I'm just having a glance over both teams, and doesn't seem to be any changes to the lineups at half time. So Mike Cook will get this game restarted once referee Timothy Allen blows his whistle. Shout out as well to Tom Ailes, who's back in the lineup after missing last week's defeat to Leicester Lions as he became a dad for the first time. So
Wow.
Congratulations to Tom Ailes, Sedgley Tigers number 8. As we're back underway, and Cook's kick is recovered by Stortford, and
Immediately dominant Stortford.
Rogers. He's had his hands on everything so far in this half, and
Except the ball
Blanchard's.
for this occasion.
I didn't even see the ball come loose then, Joe.
Yeah. Ripped out of his hands by a tackler.
Sturgis with the kick away. It's collected by Mills.
That's a great step. And a great tackle by his opposite man.
That was David Hayes who was tackled there as number 4, Hamish Ferguson, tries to have a run. Charlie Braze sends one to the sky, and it's collected brilliantly from Mills. Still on his feet, inside the 22. Braze. Still on his feet as well. That's 2 runs now from Stortford where they've gained 5 extra 10 yards. Langworthy.
Stortford really throwing everything they've got into every collision.
Even the props picking it up now there, Toby Hill. It's 13, Jack Beard who's tackled. Austin Pope, brought down by Ailes. Desperate defending from Tigers. And it is going to be another
Looks
try.
like he's just reached for it.
A diving attempt from number 9, Charlie Braze. And he's bagged himself a try. And inside the opening 2 minutes of this second half, Bishop Stortford have extended their lead. Sedgley Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 20.
I thought for a second there, Tom, you know, after the ball was ripped from the hands of Will Rogers back then, I thought I had a glimpse of a thought of oh maybe they've had a chat in the cloakroom and they're going to come out, you know, on all pistons firing, but to concede so early in the second half shows something different.
Cook makes no mistake and adds the extras, so that's 43 minutes gone. Tigers 0, Bishop Stortford 22. And this is now becoming quite a big gap for Tigers to try and get back into this game now.
Not impossible, but I think their whole style of play needs to change. They need to be more aggressive and more focused.
Glass with a kick collected well by Langworthy, just inside his own 22.
Tigers' intensity is so good in defence. You know, they're right up in Stortford's face. It's just when they're on the ball themselves, they can't seem to carry that same drive.
Braze with the kick away. Henderson's under it, and it's dropped. And it'll be another knock on.
He's unhappy with that as well. Tigers perhaps just crack under the pressure a little bit. You know, home game, they know it's going to be a tough one to lose.
And we'll see our first replacement of the game, and that's number 17, Tristan Smith, coming onto the field. I think it's number 3, Henry Peck, who makes way. That line out was knocked on, so we'll see a scrum now for Tigers. So a new tight head in there for Bishop Stortford.
Surprising that Scott Barrow hasn't made any changes after that first half. Yeah, no points on the board. Something clearly needs to change.
Tigers win themselves a penalty. I wonder, Joe, if there was any... I think maybe if Scott had a few choice words for him at half-time and probably said to them, you got yourselves in this mess, now get yourselves out of it.
Well, exactly. You know, I would just say, come on, fellas. You know, we've played much better rugby than this in the past. Trying to do the simple things right, Tom, is all it will really come down to if they want to have anything to say about the result of this match.
Matt Riley now.
Strong carrier as ever.
Matt Law, still on his feet. Sturgis. Glass fakes the kick. Sturgis finds Blanchard. Strong tackle on the forward by number 4, Hamish Ferguson. Sturgis.
Oh, that looks high, Tom. Yeah.
And it is high, Joe.
Definitely a hand round the collar on that one.
Found a chance for Tigers to make some ground. Tigers do have some firepower on the bench, though, with Austin Downham, Harry Thompson, Bream Murray, Charlie Wardle and Will Wotton, all available to see some action today.
Probably keen to do just that, Tom. Yeah, nothing's worse than watching your side lose from the bench. Knowing there's something you could have been doing about it.
Time off at the minute as captain Will Rogers receives some treatment on his, looks like his right ankle.
Rogers well on the way to winning star man for today's game, Tom. For the winning side.
Yeah, in that first half he managed to bag himself a pair of tries. I think a standout performer as well, who hasn't got himself on the score sheet just as yet, but he's definitely been heavily involved, and that's number 11, Alex Gillam. He's been able to collect the ball quite well in the backfield, and his kicking game has also been quite strong, which has gained Bishop Stortford some territory in dangerous positions. He just hobbled a little bit there, though, as Will Rogers got back on his feet. They will not want to lose him, the captain.
Well, he's been given 110% all game. You know, wouldn't be surprised if he's picked up a couple of knocks, but he's gone into every tackle as if it's his last almost.
Sturgis.
Tigers made nothing of that maul. They're just being beaten in every collision now, Tom.
Burtwell was brought down strong as well. Gregory. Much quicker now. Matt Riley. Good work, though, from Tom Mills to slow that attack. Sorry. Slow that attack down. Matt Riley feeds it out wide, and Danny Rylands just took it out of the hands of Reece Henderson, who was next to him.
That's a split-second decision. That's unfortunate.
And it's moments like that that cost you points. Tigers, though, do gain the ball back from offside. much more dangerous position now to set up a maul for Tigers.
It's a good take, and Tigers immediately driven backwards.
Ball's right in the corner.
Oh, such good defensive effort from Stortford.
Lewis Bradley, what can he do? Gets himself just inside the 5. Connor James chops at the knees. Ailes picks it up.
Just short.
Desperate defending now from Stortford. Gregory. Still driving. Is the ball down? No. Just shy of the line. Riley. Glass. Feeds it out
It's
left.
a great ball.
Will Bradley's there in the corner. And a much better response from Tigers. 49 minutes played. Tigers 5, Bishop Stortford 22. They were queuing up over on this left-hand side. Great vision from Ollie Glass to shift the ball out wide. And Will Bradley made no mistake as he grabs his first try of the season. Will Bradley has made his way through the ranks here at Sedge, graduating from Sedge Juniors and Colts, and from the twos into the first team. There's Ollie Glass now. Looks to convert this. Should favour the in-swinging boot. He has got the wind behind him this half. That kick is no good. Just to the left of the stick. So the score remains 51 minutes played. Tigers 5, Bishop Stortford 22. But much better attacking so far from the home side.
That's what happens, Tom. You know, keep plugging away at the defensive line. Don't lose your head. Keep your focus. Do the right thing. Do the simple things right, and you'll come away with points. That's what Tigers have been missing all game.
And that restart is collected by Riley. Sturgis to Gregory. Andy Riley kicks it away. Shouts that it was touched by Bishop Stortford.
I definitely heard someone's finger get to it. It'll be a Tigers ball.
It will be a line out, and we will see a replacement for Tigers, and it's Charlie Wardle who's coming on, and he's replacing number 10 Ollie Glass. So Charlie Wardle will go in at fly half. Charlie Wardle is on a dual reg with Sale Sharks. Had a few standout performances last season before suffering an injury. Has played full-back in the past, but is registered with Sale Sharks as a fly half. Sturgis. Birtwell. Sturgis kicks away. It's collected well by Mills. Great tackle from Will Bradley.
Really well to hang on to that.
And wins the penalty. Good work from Tom Ailes in there and Will Bradley.
He's great on a breakdown. That's 2, baby, he says.
Wardle kicks this into touch. And hopefully that is the spark that the Tigers need to get themselves back into this game.
Change of leadership in the back line might help as well. Wardle coming on at 10. Yeah, there's definitely been times where Tigers have looked a bit lost in their own line.
It's another strong maul though from Stortford.
It's definitely moving.
They've got the advantage as well here of Sedgley. Sturgis. Wardle finds Matt
Oh,
Law,
it's a great
spins, managed to keep hold of the ball. Wardle's up and running. Sturgis tries a little chip kick in behind, and he's put too much on that. And Mills collects it well. And
Heads up might have been helpful there, I think. Didn't seem like any of the Tigers knew what was going on. Nobody chased it. Yeah, I'm all for heads up rugby, but that seems unthought out.
was a free play, so Tigers managed to keep the ball, and it's be another line out. This one at the 5 to be taken by Ben Gregory. Causey collects well. Dished it off to James, and they've tried that trick of their own. And a penalty to Bishop Stortford.
Tigers maybe won't be trying that one again.
I think they've seen it work with Bishop Stortford in the first half, and they tried to play them at their own game, but it's not come off. We've also seen another change in there for Bishop Stortford, and it's number 20, Christopher Bolton. He's come onto the field for number 9, Charlie Braze. Gregory now with the line out. Collected by Connor James.
Great take.
Dished off to Sturgis and Wardle. Ailes.
Ooh, good ball.
Matt Law. He was brought down by Bolton. Wardle. Gregory. Wardle. Right, Matt Riley to his brother Andy. Oh, tried to get out wide,
Waiting for that
right.
to happen. It's well held.
Great tackle from Charlie Wardle, and he managed to win himself the penalty as well. Just got a little bit isolated, the Bishop Stortford man there, Gillam. Didn't have his teammates in support, and Charlie Wardle was able to make that recovery tackle and win himself the penalty.
Yeah, it was great reaction play from Stortford, but like I say, found himself alone. Stortford just need, their defensive intensities kept them ahead all game, but there's something to be said for a bit of discipline in that line, staying behind the ball line.
And that line out's collected by Harry Charter. Kicked high, collected by Henderson.
Much better take this time. And he's still going.
Sturgis setting up for the box kick away. It's collected well and sent
Right into his lap.
all the way back to Charlie Wardle. finds touch.
That's a better kick.
Time off at the 59-minute mark as Bishop Stortford have a man down. So not quite as flat as the first half, Joe, for Tigers, as they've managed to get some points on the board now. But how do you reckon they've got a chance of getting back in this game?
Oh, I've been saying it all game. Well, some player replacements might help, some fresh legs, as we watch Will Wotton and Brayman Murray join the field. But as for the rest of this game, just doing the simple things right. You know, make sure they get ball to hand, and not try and do anything too complicated. You know, like you say, they tried a little move at the maul in this near corner. That was almost costly.
And Hales intercepts that line out. Wardle now sends the kick high in behind. And well collected from David Hayes, and he takes the mark.
Matt Riley sets the Tigers line.
Just to confirm there, Will Wotton has replaced Matt Sturgis at scrum half, and Brayman Murray, number 18, has come on to replace number 5, Ellis Causey. Brayman Murray making his first appearance for the Tigers. He is a USA under-20 as he qualifies through his mother being from Chicago. Gregory now with this line out just inside the Stortford half. Connor James collects well. Lewis Bradley. Ailes picks up and goes. Wharton finds Matt Law. And that's kicked in behind. Ball just held up. And Hayes kicks it away. Charlie Wardle keeps it in play. Jinkinen.
So light on his feet.
Skipping away from his. Connor James with a run. Wotton. Matt Riley. Ben Gregory now. Blanchard.
Oh, that looks like a high tackle on Blanchard. Yeah.
Yep, and it will be a penalty for a high tackle. I just used his assistant there to help him give that decision, did Timothy Allen.
Yeah, he was on the wrong side of it, but there was no, not even a secondary attempt to readjust that arm. It was locked around.
And that's a
that's
fabulous
a great
kick. Fabulous kick from Charlie Wardle.
Perhaps he was just what the Tigers were missing. You know, that key link in the back line.
We've definitely seen improvement since he's come onto the pitch, and he's also joined in there now with Will Wotton, who are both on dual reg with Sale Sharks, and they both want to try and get their names on the score sheet and get the Tigers more points on the board as Ailes collects the line out. And now the Tigers seem to get them all driving. Looks like Danny Rylance has got the ball there for the Tigers. Lewis Bradley joining in the action to push them forward. And it will be a penalty for Tigers. Referee just wants to have a word with Captain Will Rogers. Into touch. Time off. Why? A couple of players are down now for Bishop Stortford, just receiving some treatment.
Yeah, it's been a rough passage of play.
Good opportunity now to tell you if you are tuning in as a Tigers fan. The Tigers travel to Birmingham next week as they take on Birmingham Moseley. And then they have a 2-game home stint as they take on Plymouth Albion and Blackheath, both here at Park Lane. For those who are watching from Silverlays and follow Bishop Stortford, their next 3 fixtures are Rams at home, Rotherham Titans away, and then at home to Richmond. Ailes collects line out from Gregory. And that maul isn't going anywhere.
Joining the effort.
Wotton being told to use it. Gregory picks it up though. Looks like Danny Rylands tries to have a go there himself.
Gregory again.
Wotton, Lewis Bradley. Oh, not brought down, but he is now down and behind the try line. Great work from Lewis Bradley. That's his 2nd try of the season. The man who won Players' Player and Manager's Player of the Year last year after signing from Huddersfield. And it's 63 minutes gone. Tigers 10, Bishop Stortford 22. Charlie Wardle now with a much easier kick to try and convert.
Looks like Harry Thompson and Austin Downham are coming on as well for Danny Rylands.
Wardle makes no mistake. So 64 minutes gone. Tigers 12, Bishop Stortford 22. And just as you were saying then, Joe, there, just to confirm, Harry Thompson and Austin Downham have come on. And they're replacing Ben Gregory and Danny Rylands.
Well, if they continue like this, Tom, Tigers could be in with a shout. We're only just over halfway through this 2nd half.
Mike Cook restarts the game, collected well by Andy Riley. And the momentum is just starting to shift now back towards the home team.
That's a great counter rock from Alex Raymond, though.
And the commentator's curse just kicks in as Bishop Stortford now win themselves a penalty. Cook goes to get this ball into touch in the corner.
Yeah, I think another try would be wise for Bishop here, just to keep the Tigers at bay, as they're starting to show a bit more fire in their belly.
There has been another change for Bishop Stortford. I'm just seeing Harry Charter receiving a bit of treatment on the sideline on what looks to be his left wrist. Looks like he's been replaced by number 18, Tom Charter.
It's a good take off that off the top from Bishops.
And it's a yellow card for Lewis Bradley, and that's 10 minutes in the bin for the flanker. will be a penalty for Bishop Stortford. Tigers were warned about giving away penalties inside the 5 in the first half, and the referees reached for his pocket. And Lewis Bradley, who got them back in the game, has now got to spend 10 minutes in the bin. Collected well by Charter, Tom Charter. And the maul is driven over the line, and Bishop Stortford extend their lead. 67 minutes played, Tigers 12, Bishop Stortford 27.
Who's that then?
Mike Cook looks to add the extras. Straight. Oh, he's at the post. For a moment there, I thought he was going straight through the sticks and took a last minute swerve into the post. So, 68 minutes played. Tigers 12, Bishop Stortford 27. 15 points the deficit, Joe. Tigers need a quick response here now as we approach the final 13 minutes as Matt Riley makes way.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen flashes of it, but it might all just be a little bit too little, too late. As Bob Burtwood does really well to recover the ball.
Matt Riley's just made way for Ollie Glass, who's returned to the field of play. Will be a scrum for the knock-on. The Tigers are going to go in there with a 7-man scrum due to Lewis Bradley being in the bin.
Great initial shove from Stortford. Really
What a-
dominant scrum.
Wotton again now to Law. Tom Ailes.
He's being held up.
Penalty
Still
advantage.
going forward.
Harry Thompson couldn't keep hold of it, but the referee will bring it back. Stortford are offside. Wardle takes the kick quickly. Wotton kicks it in
go on.
behind. And it's kicked away into touch. Oh.
Captain Matt Riley catches a stray ball. But good quick thinking from Stortford defence there.
Harry Thompson put this ball in play.
Oh dear.
And it's not a great line out, but Wardle tried to kick it in behind on the bounce, but It was knocked on by Stortford, so we will see a scrum now for Tigers.
That's lucky, really. They really look like they're overcomplicating that line out. They've gotten away with it this time.
And Tigers win themselves a penalty. Wootton takes it quickly, and the referee says he's not from the right spot. Wardle kicks the ball into touch. Finds the corner.
Maybe a chance for Tigers to put some more points on the board. Fingers crossed.
72 minutes played. Tigers 12, Bishop Stortford 27. It's a free-score game. If Tigers want to get back into this. Connor James collects. Ailes has a run round the back.
Just perhaps took just too long to
And the
cut
ball's
back in.
loose. And it will be a penalty, and the referee's going to... He's got his hand in his pocket. Is he going to brandish a yellow card?
That's a red
He has.
card. Or is that yellow? Got excited.
No, I think it was just the yellow, and it's for number 16. Ollie Moffat. So both teams now down to 14. And looking at the clock, 73 minutes gone. So Bishop Stortford are going to have to see this game out now with only 14 men. So that yellow card is probably the same as being a red card, Joe, as Stortford will be under a lot of pressure now.
Yeah, he's not going to see the final whistle, unfortunately, but Bradley has got another 2 minutes or so left of his sin bin. He'll come on for the last 5. It's a good take from Tigers. Looking real sharp and narrow.
And Stortford have won themselves the penalty.
Referee said use it.
And that penalty was celebrated as if they've just scored a try.
Well, that might be a game-winning decision for Stortford. Granted, they're already ahead, but the more time they can stay ahead, the better.
And Alex Raymond is coming onto the field. Not quite sure yet until he turns around. What's number 22, which
Is it on the sheet?
I haven't got a number for that, but I think it's Reece Lane who's come off, who I've got down as number 19, but hey ho. And Will Rogers picks it up from the back.
Brave call and a crunching tackle.
It was a big tackle that by Brayman Murray. Rogers slow to get up after that tackle.
Ailes almost get a hand to that one.
And that ball finds touch.
Five minutes to go, and Lewis Bradley's rejoining the field.
Rogers down again. He has been in the wars today. But has also been one of the key men in that Stortford attack. Looks like they are going to make a replacement, so I think it's Harrison Langworthy who's going to come back on. And the captain, Will Rogers, he's done for the day, but he has left it all out there. Bagged himself a pair of tries in the first half, and his leadership has been able to get his team through this second half. Connor James isn't able to collect, but the ball did go backwards. Stortford have turned the ball over now, though. Bolton to Cook. Kicked in behind. Wotton takes the mark. That ball went into touch. Will be a Stortford line out.
Oh, no, that's no good with that ball. Good steal from Ailes.
Wotton finds Wardle. Kicks the ball in behind.
A hell of a boot.
Oh, and he's and Tom Mills almost made.
And you can't hack the effort from Bradley's there.
So Tom Mills almost made a mess of that one, as Will Bradley was putting pressure on him. But it will be a goal line dropout for Bishop Stortford. Wotton collects. Blanchard wants to have a run. Wardle
finds
skips
a gap
through. Oh. Matt Law, Andy Riley. Harry Thompson now. High tackle, so Sedgley have the penalty. And he's going to march them an extra 10 for time wasting. Wardle kicks for the corner.
Last couple of minutes now, Tom. We'll see if Tigers can put any more points on the board. At least as some sort of consolation prize.
Referee just halting the play. And that line out is turned over by Bishop Stortford. Austin Pope kicks it away. It's collected by Reese Henderson. The ball's come loose. It will be a knock on. And Bishop Stortford will have a scrum, and that will probably see out the game. Joe, I'll come to you now just before the final whistle. Who do you reckon's been the star man today?
Well, we've talked a lot about talked a lot about Captain Will Rogers and how he's put his body on the line today. I think number 2, Raymond, deserves a mention as well. He's put in a great shift. But Rogers for sure. You know, he seemed like the sort of the. You can see why he was made captain. He's been the leading man for the majority of the game, and his team has come away with a win, you know, in his stead. And I think it was the intense energy that he brought echoed throughout the team. You know, he's leading by example, and that's what a captain's all about.
And that scrum resulted in a penalty, and so Mike Cook finds touch inside the Tigers' half. According to our scoreboard, the 80 minutes are up, so we probably will see this line-out come in, and then that'll be it. It's collected by Bishop Stortford. And it's kicked into touch by Christopher Walton, and there is the full-time whistle. And it's ended here at Park Lane. Sedgley Tigers 12, Bishop Stortford 27. A disappointing defeat for Tigers, but all the plaudits go to the visiting side, who have dominated from the first minute really of today's game and have come away with the victory. Joe, what are your thoughts on today's game?
Yeah, Tigers, I think, purely took too long to get into the game. You know, Stortford came with much higher energy, much higher level of focus as well, is what it came down for Tigers. You know, they had the right idea in most places, but it kind of seemed like didn't always have an eye on the ball. You know, literally and metaphorically, and oftentimes playing as individuals rather than a team. You know, there's room for that in the likes of Charlie Wardle, who plays some exciting individual rugby, but when that individuality is costing you penalties and therefore points, definitely something that needs looking at. So, commendation to the visiting side. You know, they came and they took the victory by force. You know, didn't let their foot up off the Tigers' necks for the whole 80 minutes. And yeah, well deserving of a victory here, and they can hold their heads high on the way home. Led by captain and star man Will Rogers. So fantastic game here at Park Lane.
So that's all from today, and thank you for joining into the live stream. And it's ended here at Park Lane. Sedgley Tigers 12, Bishop Stortford 27.